Hello everyone, welcome to the Oracle of the Future. I am the Oracle of the World. Okay, so as you can tell by today's video, it is titled The Oracle of the World, or Oracle of the Future reveals that Diddy is going to be found guilty of racketeering. Okay, we're going to get into that. Before you guys come in, make sure that you like the live, okay, and make sure that you subscribe if you are new, and comment down below, your thoughts and whatnot, and share my videos so it can reach a broader audience so that they can be informed and be ready. Also, a sweet announcement here. Things are going to, moving forward, things are going to change. I always do this like once in a blue moon. But things are going to change, okay? And what I mean by that, you guys are going to know why it has to be changed. Meaning, I require you guys participation, and which I already mentioned before, but it's gonna be easy to do, okay? But basically, I want you guys to take notes as I share my predictions, okay? Whether writing down the dates, writing down, if I say this is a clue, it's gonna come in handy later, and I say write it down. So you guys will be note taking certain things that I am going to predict moving forward, in things that have been predicted, like as of right now, okay? There are things that's going to be hitting the fan. There are things that's going to, like, it seems like it's blowing up in my face, or it's blowing up, but just know that it will all make sense in due time. Okay, so just make sure that you write down the date that I do my prediction, and then any type of clues that you know resonate with you, you can write down. But I'm gonna like inform you and guide you, like, hey, this is a clue, this is going to come in handy later on, it's going to make sense later on, write it down. Okay, write the date, write whatever. So that's all I ask you guys to do as of participating, moving forward with this new change in this channel, because things are going to get heated. I have seen some interesting visions of things that's going to transpire, so just get you guys ready for that. All right, so we're going. Hi, Jackie Ree. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Diddy. Okay, his whole case, his whole, everything about Diddy has been trending for a while, and it's trending right now. It's the most talked about, story right now. His case. Okay, Diddy is being charged with a RICO charge, okay, racketeering, all that stuff, okay, and I'm gonna get into what racketeering is and all that. He's being charged with that, and right now the case that his case is very public. I guess not what's going on inside the courtroom. It's just, there's things that's being leaked as far as what happened in the courtroom, and then people are getting an inside scoop, or like, you know um what has happened between him and Cassie. So basically, what I'm getting is the prosecution team, in this case, is trying to, I guess, draw a conclusion on how Diddy is involved in a RICO charge. Because right now it's like showcasing domestic violence and his freak offs. If you guys been paying attention to social media, there was a mini news story that was leaked regarding Diddy's interests of freak offs. Okay, if you guys don't know what that means, please look it up in your own time. I am not diving into that. Okay, but just know that this is just a brief summary. If you guys don't know what's going on, he's in trial right now. It's public, not exactly, but it's very like viral and trending, the case. We don't know what's really going on inside unless you were there. um so let's get into this, you guys. So I have back to back, visions, channel messages regarding this case and regarding Diddy. I can't disclose everything all at once. That's one. The second is, there are things that I'm gonna say, I'm gonna, that's why I said in the beginning, to make sure you guys write what I say. If I say this is a clue coming in in due time, write it down so that you guys can understand what I'm talking about later. Okay, so let's just get started. In my vision, I saw that Diddy is going to be found guilty. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. He's gonna be found guilty. Okay. Hey, Pretty Gara, Daisy, Jackie B. He's gonna be found guilty, you guys, of racketeering. They're gonna get him on that, um, which is going to shock people, and some people know. Like they, if you've been keeping up with the case, people are may not be shocked. Some people will be, and especially Diddy. He's like completely in shock because um, he he believes that he didn't do any type of racketeering, which I agree, and I'm going to tell you why. He did not do what they claim him to do. When it comes to racketeering, when it comes to domestic violence, okay, yeah, but there's more to the story with that. Okay, just let you guys know. So there's five. Hold on, 6 things that you guys need to remember here. So write this down because it's gonna come in handy, and keep things in order for you guys. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna talk about is Diddy. Okay, we're gonna talk about what I saw and all that stuff, and I'm gonna break it down. So we're just talking about Diddy and him being found guilty. The second clue is Cassie. There's more, like the vision that I had involves her. She's not innocent. Okay, so Cassie is the second clue. The third thing is her husband. Um, he has nothing to do with what happened with Diddy and Cassie. However, there's something that's going to transpire in the future that her husband's going to do. That's all I can say about that. So that's the third clue. The fourth thing is the company. I call it the company, okay? But you guys don't know what that is. But just write that down. The company. The fifth thing is the industry. And this could be, I'm just talking about in its entirety. The industry, the movie industry, the music industry, this right industry, okay. And the last thing, which is the sixth item, or the sixth clue, is the monkey wrench. Okay, the monkey wrench, okay, is the last clue. So make sure you guys write that down. And this will all make sense in due time. But right now, we're just discussing Diddy. Okay? So, like I said, I had a vision. And also, like, it was back to back with this. I was supposed to do this live yesterday, but I did not have time. I was like chilling so much, and I was putting out videos yesterday, and I was supposed to go live stream about this, but I just couldn't. I didn't have time. I was really too much energy. I felt like I was like doing videos all day yesterday. But anyways, I was supposed to do this yesterday and get this out to you guys yesterday. In the vision that I got was I saw Diddy like wearing all orange and whatnot, and like he's in handcuffs, and he's like I guess walking with the police, with the guard, right? He's just been found guilty. And then I saw Cassie. There's gonna be a whole media thing happening, but when in this vision, I saw it in a future tense because Cassie is not pregnant. Okay, she's very thin. She looks very beautiful in my vision, and she was wearing some type of green blouse. Okay, that's what I saw. Okay, she's gonna do like she's gonna win this case. Okay, like the prosecution team, they're gonna win. The state, whatever, they're gonna win this case. But Cassie's gonna go like on a. The people want to know her thoughts, whatever. So they're gonna interview her or ask her questions right after. That's what I saw, and then I saw Diddy is found guilty of racketeering, and that's going to cause like a whole uproar in social media, debates, people's opinion that really doesn't matter. Okay, that's what I saw. So Diddy is going to be found guilty. Okay, and Cassie is going to be going to speak about her winning. I guess she didn't take him to court; it was the state. However, this was a win for her. Okay, that's what she feels. it's a win for her. So I want you guys to remember this date. Today is the 15th, May 15, 2025. I, the Oracle of the World, has disclosed that he will be found guilty. There's no, like, you guys, he's going to be found guilty. This is what I saw, but there's more to the story. His case connects dots. You guys don't know how deep this goes. Like, how, like, who was it? Like, it's a lot with this. Like, I'm trying to, like, speak, but it's like I'm speaking in code because I can't tell you guys everything until everything, like, unfold, like, in a way, like the domino effects, it has to unfold naturally. Okay, so he's gonna be found guilty, and the public opinions, they're gonna believe everything that the prosecution said, and they're gonna take Cassie's side. That's something I did see, like, people's taking her side right now. We live in a society where it's not about innocent to prove guilty, it's guilty until proven innocent. It's backwards in this world. Okay, so that's basically what's transpired with Diddy. Like, people find him guilty, and don't get me wrong, I am not taking he's not Diddy is guilty of a lot of things. He's not fully innocent, but I'm going to say this right here, right now. He is innocent when it comes to racketeering. He didn't do none of that. That part is true. He never did that, and he's gonna claim that Cassie's lying, and she is. She's lying about something very, very big that no one's not asking questions about, and I can't say it yet. But when we get to the Cassie clue, which is gonna be later on, you guys will understand. And this is gonna happen after she gives birth, because in the vision I saw her. She's not pregnant. She's thin, and her hair is like how it is now, but it was wavy kind of, and she looks very, very beautiful. I remember that vision, clear as day. It's like I was there, as if I was there. Very strange. And then I mentioned the clue to her husband, the company. That's a huge dot. You guys don't know what the company is, but it's big. Okay, and then the industry, and then we have the monkey ranch. I just wanted to, like, state that again. People are not going to like Diddy. People are going to view him as a monster. They're gonna, everything. Like, I feel like even his children start to believe Cassie, believe, he was guilty. At first they didn't. Right now they don't. But they're gonna start to believe that once he's found guilty. And that's, like, the sad part about it, because I'm like, oh, you guys, it's not over yet. Because it's gonna be more. It's more to the story. Like, people don't know that. It's more to the story. And it's very interesting because people thought that there wasn't enough evidence for the prosecution team to even prosecute him on racketeering. But somehow, some way, he's going to be found guilty. You know who what did it? It was something with Cassie. Cassie has something that's going to help the prosecution team. Not just her testimony about the whole freak-offs and domestic violence. It's something else. And that's what they're going to use. Okay? Cassie is the one that really sucking in. And that's going to be talked about in certain media sites. They're going to report that. So that's why they want to interview her right after, because it was her. She's going to disclose something. And this has nothing to do with the freak-offs and the domestic violence. It's something that she's going to say or provide. And then they're going to use that small little piece to make it seem that he was doing that, the racketeering, but he didn't do that. He is being targeted, okay? I will say that. But I will not disclose anymore. But he is being targeted, but not by who you think it is. It's not by another industry or high-profile person. It has nothing to do with another high-profile person. This is deeper than what you know. Another thing I also want to disclose with you guys is he's not the only high-profile person in the industry that's going to be going to a trial for racketeering. There is another person I did see. This person is in the industry, but not what Diddy do. This person is in a different set. It's all connected. It's all gonna make sense, you guys. It's all gonna make sense in due time. Okay, as everything unfold, I will share more to help you guys understand. Okay, so if you get, for those of you that don't know what racketeering is, I wrote it down to help you because I'm gonna be honest, I did not know what racketeering was. Like I knew that is, it was, I thought it has something to do with like drugs and stuff, but it's more than that. Racketeering is a term used to describe a pattern of illegal activities conducted by an organization for profit, often involving threats, okay, extortion, or other forms of coercion. That's another thing. People believe that Cassie has been coerced to do certain things with Diddy, the freak offs. Okay, she's in duress. She was young when she met Diddy. That's another clue. Write that down. She was young when she met Diddy. Yeah, write that down. Um, so people believe that Cassie is innocent right now. Like the public, that's how they view her. Very innocent. She's in duress. She was involved in domestic violence. He molded her this way. She's a victim. All that. And I'm not gonna lie. Based off the evidence that's being shown, based off the right the fuck, yeah, sorry. This is the biggest thing. The video that came out before he went to trial, before they decided to charge him. There was a video of him and Cassie in that domestic violence thing. That's the biggest clue. Write that down. That video. Okay? Write that video is the biggest fucking clue. And it's very interesting that the prosecution team is using that throughout their whole case because it's going to end up being like a reverse Uno. Okay? That's all I got to say about that. Reverse Uno. But I forgot about the video. That's a big clue. Yes, later on, but I'm going to get to that, Daisy. He will get justice later. Okay? He will spend time in prison. He's going to spend some time. She was young and a victim. Yes, they said that she met Diddy when she was 19. She was a model. She was getting her music in. She was trying to get her music out there and stuff like that. She met Diddy. That's the story. Okay, and that's part of the story. That is true. That is she was in a modern agency and she was doing music. That is true. But there's something else. They're not asking the right question. Because if they were to ask that question, people would start to see things clearly. But yeah, she was definitely a part of a modeling agency. Okay, I will leave that there. But yeah, write the clues down. The video. Cassie, she's going to do an interview right after the case. Write that clue down, because that interview. That's okay. Write that down. There's another thing that I witnessed, and I saw Diddy with the Bible. Like he's really into he's gonna be really into God. You're gonna notice that too. He was holding a Bible. He's gonna be very into God, because he's just been found guilty in the amount of time that he's going to be serving. Not even about serving, it's like how long his sentence is. So that's really going to stick him in. So what's going to happen is he's going to try to get close with God and stuff like that, try to like find religion and all that stuff. You guys are going to see that. It's going to be talked about. But the reason why he's going to spend time, not that much time, but I know that he is. God want him to. Because like I said, he's not innocent in everything. He's guilty of a lot of things of what he done in his past, but he's innocent when it comes to this case. Okay, everything about what was going on was very consensual. She was not coerced. She was not in duress. Okay, that's false. I didn't see that she was going to be charged. The public opinion will change for sure, but so far I didn't see her being charged. Cause again, you guys know, there's always more to the story. When it comes to my vision, it shows me like a highlight reel. It shows me a highlight, like the most important part, and then it shows me more later on. That's just how it works for me. I don't know. Yeah. So he's gonna be closer to God. I did see that, but God want him to spend time to think about his what he did in his past. He Diddy doesn't even think. Diddy don't even realize what got him caught up, what led him to this point. He's thinking that, Cassie got him, like, this way, or somebody's like out to get him, like a friend or old colleague. That's what he's thinking, but not realizing that it's more. It is deeper. It's something that he was involved in, but he's not thinking that it has to do with that. Okay, it has to do with his past. His past is biting him in the ass. That's basically what's happening. So that's why God want him to spend time in prison to think about what the hell. He's gonna think about a lot of things. Another thing. This is another thing I do want you. Did he what was exposed in the case about the drugs and that he was doing? That is true. He was addicted to drugs. He may still be. Well, he's not. Obviously he can't have drugs right now, but he was still addicted to drugs when all this transpired. He is addicted to drugs. To be honest, I know that he's gonna spend time, but I don't think it's gonna be like years. Okay, I don't think it's that, but he will spend time. Like he's just been found guilty. The sentence was made, and all he's thinking, like, what? Like, he's in shock, and he's in shock because he never thought that he would be found guilty, because he know he didn't do it, and he also is just shocked that Cassie is lying about certain things that she's disclosing. He's like, what? That never happened. Like, she's lying. That's what he was mad about. He was going to be very, very mad. There, when it comes to that, I just want to disclose the first clue, which is Diddy. Okay, but there's more to the story. The next one is Cassie. So the next time I do this live stream, it will have to do with Cassie. She's the next clue. After Cassie is her husband. Okay, again, her husband was not involved in any of the freak offs or anything. This is something else. This is something of the future. What he's going to do. Then we have the company. It will make sense later. The industry. It will make sense later. And then the monkey wrench. If you guys don't know what a monkey wrench is, like, think of like a wrench that mechanics use. That's what the monkey wrench. It will make sense later. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. I just wanted to make this video or live stream on this because there's more to the story. He's gonna be found guilty. Something that Cassie's going to do, or say, or provide. That's what's going to help win the case for the prosecution team. His children's going to be alright. There's nothing, like, of course, like, I feel like, okay, this one thing I do know. The girls, they may find, like, he may be guilty, but there's one thing I did know. They did not like Cassie. The girls. They do not like Cassie. At all. Like, as of right now, they don't like her. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here, you guys. More about this later, but I really feel like the later is after she gives birth, because something's gonna happen. Okay, it's after she gives birth, because right now she's pregnant. Yeah, I feel like he's still gonna have a relationship with his children, but it's going. You can tell that this is going to drive a rift, because the world's going to believe that he did all these things, that he raped her, and that it was non-consensual, that she was in duress and she was manipulated and stuff like that. No, this is all consensual. And not only that, she's part. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Make sure you write all the clues that I disclosed today, okay? Because it will come in handy later.